From Studio B, this is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I'm Spencer Linton, teamed up with Jason Shepard. We welcome now our first guest of the day on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline via Skype. It is Zayne Anderson, the Zayne Train, BYU football safety. He is back and ready to go. Zayne, welcome back to BYU Sports Nation.
Happy to be with you guys.
Hey, as I look closer, is that a mustache I see growing on your upper lip?
It's the quarantine stash.
Does it qualify as a mustache right now, Zayne?
I don't know. I don't know if it qualifies. It's getting there though.
How much growth is that?
This is probably 3 weeks on it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I love your honesty, man. I'm so glad we had you on the show today. Okay, so with social distancing in place, everyone is seeking very creative measures to pass the time. You are growing a mustache, among other things. What else have you been doing during quarantine time?
Yeah, there's a bunch of time in the hands, and it's super weird, but I'm either working or I'm working out or I'm just chilling. I try not to chill too much because that gets pretty old, but yeah, between those two, that's usually consumes my day.
So are you binge watching anything? Do you make time? I mean, there's been a lot of very interesting things to watch while everybody, The Last Dance, Tiger King, all of these things. Are you dipping into the binge watching of shows right now?
I'm watching The Last Dance. I watched Tiger King, but I'm not too big in TV. I wish I was. This would be a good time to do that right now. And I guess in my time that I'm not doing anything, I guess I play video games with friends and stuff. So.
Okay, well, you bring up video games. We just learned that the NCAA is going to allow players to make money for their likeness and image, but it doesn't appear that NCAA football is coming back anytime soon. How do you feel about the fact that video games are not in the mix despite this news?
I wish they were. Me and my little brother, we have NCAA 14. That's the last game that was made. Oh, and yeah. So whenever I go back home, I play with him on that. And there's someone that updates rosters. And so you can play as yourself. You can play as the current teams and stuff. So, but it'd be nice. That's one of the best games. So.
Okay, so after the updated rosters are in place and you are using yourself as a player with BYU, are you a linebacker or a safety?
I was back at safety. The latest update that I was playing.
Okay.
Who knows? Next year I could be all over the field.
So Zayne,
corner, linebacker, safety.
What is the best way to stay in shape right now with everything going on? The facilities are closed on campus. Everybody's kind of on their own. I know that they can get some instruction in terms of maybe getting some workout plans and some things. But how are you staying in shape? What's the best way for you to do this with the facilities and everything being off limits right now?
Yeah, it's a really tricky thing. I think that there's different ways you can go about it. I think there's people, maybe other teams some kids that are kind of coming up with excuses to why they're not working out because it's pretty hard to get a good workout in. But for me, I've been running hills a lot with weighted vests. My trainer actually has still been able to train me, and so I'm with him like 5 to 6 days a week, and so it's fun. I think this is obviously a difficult time for people losing loved ones, and it's a scary time for people, but things can't stop. You know what I mean? And I can't stop trying to improve and be a better Zayne Anderson. And so for me, I've been able to level up in a way with all this going on, with so much focus on training and recovery. And so it's been, I feel like I've leveled up in this whole thing, and I really have been. I've been grinding.
Zayne, I'm going to need you to be my life coach for the next year. Is that okay?
I got you.
All right, man. I want to go back to something you brought up. You said you could be all over the field. You were a linebacker last year. Now you could be a safety, cornerback, but maybe you'll play linebacker again. What position are you going to play on the BYU defense?
The question left unknown. I think I'll end up playing safety, but I think I'll be moved around and be able to play corner if I need to. I'll be able to play linebacker, and so I think that's the plan. In spring, I was learning the techniques of corner, and I've learned linebacker. And so I think being able to play all those positions, being able to fulfill a role that it's vacant, or if something happens or there's a different matchup out there, that I can do that. And so it was good. In spring, I learned a little bit of corner, and I continue to work on that technique, but I'm also working on safety. And so I'm trying to work in all three of them. But I'm kind of focusing on DB right now, and that's where my weight is.
Zayne, because you have had all this time to get past the injury and train, how close to 100% are you?
I'm getting there. I really am getting there. That's one thing that's been nice. It's the one thing that's been open is the training room. And so I've been able to go in there, and they take people in by appointment. It's a blessing to be able to go in there and have those guys take care of me and keep my shoulders strong and stuff, especially during this time. Because if I weren't doing anything, it would get weak and stuff. And so I feel about 90% right now. I feel really good, and it's coming along. This second surgery on my shoulder was a little more difficult. It kind of strung along a little more, and so being able to take times like this and focus in on that and really lock in on my health has been good.
BYU senior defender Zayne Anderson with us on BYU Sports Nation. We'll call you the hybrid specialist if that's okay. Zayne, are you officially the oldest player on the BYU football team right now? If not, then who is?
People always ask me this, and all the freshmen and everyone's like, "You're old, you're old." I'm only 23 years old, which it's fairly old, but compared to BYU's past, it's not that old. You know what I mean? And so, there's some guys that are older than me for sure. I know Matt Bushman, Isaiah Kafusi, Zach Daw. Pretty much every one of our seniors is probably older than me.
Okay. No, that's good to know. This is why we're asking the question, so that we can get the truth out there.
Yeah, get it out there.
None of this Grandpa Anderson stuff. It's Grandpa Bushman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the things that, from a sports perspective, that was nice to have over the last week or so was the NFL draft, and to have 3 nights of it was fun to watch. You had 3 teammates that signed free agent contracts after the draft was done. How excited were you for your teammates to hopefully realize their dreams of playing in the National Football League?
Oh, I was pumped. I mean, I came in with a lot of those guys. I came in with Diane. We were roommates. So just seeing him grow up through freshman year and seeing him develop as a player was truly amazing. Seeing Tyson come in and do his thing, and with his setback he had and still being able to get a shot was amazing. And Leva, him giving a shot, and I was super proud of all those guys and happy for him. And I think that I think some other guys missed out on some of our other dudes. I think Austin Lee needs to be in the NFL, and I think teams are kind of looking over him. And there's a few other guys, JJ, Micah Simon, and so it's obviously frustrating not seeing those guys go, because you know how they have the potential to be in that league. But I think hopefully things will come around and they'll get their shot as well.
So with those guys in mind, Zayne, what are your plans for football after BYU?
It's always been a dream for me to go to the NFL. And so that's the dream. That's something I'm locked in right now. That's plan A. And so I think that comes as I develop myself and show that I'm healthy throughout this season. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just playing all 13 games. That's the thing that scouts are going to look after. And so that's something that I can kind of control. I can do that right now in physical therapy. And so that's something I'm really locking in on, is just trying to be as healthy as I could be, because that's something that set me back the past few years from reaching that goal.
Zayne, you're definitely not the oldest guy on the team, but you might be the fastest guy on the team. Are you the fastest on the BYU football team right now?
I think I might be. Chris Wilcox, he's a little banged up right now. He'd give me a run for my money. There's a few other fast guys, but I think I'm up there. Bo Tanner left last year. He was faster than me. There was a few other guys that were a little quicker. Micah Simon was quick. And so Diane was quick. So I think hopefully I'm not the oldest, but hopefully I'm the fastest right now.
Hey, just own it like you own that mustache.
There we go.
Zayne, it's great to catch up with you, man. So glad you're doing well. Great to get the update on your health. And for the time being, stay healthy, continue to get healthy. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for that, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Good to talk to you guys.
All right, Zayne Anderson
well.
on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.